Okay, so everybody, thank you for being here and welcome to Seher Talkies. This is a platform where we wish to invite and interview artists from various fields who have enriched our theaters and films and the art space. And to begin with, we have Vibhavari Deshpande, an actor, director, writer, classical singer, as well as a trained classical Kathak dancer. Vibhavari, it's indeed a big pleasure that you are here with us today. Thank you very much. You have given us really memorable characters like Saraswati from Harishchandrachi Factory, or Lakshmi Bai from Bal Gandharva, Lakshmi from Lakshmi and Tikli Bomb. So, Vibhavari, if you could tell us a little bit about your journey, how you started in Pune, and what role did theatre play in shaping you as an actor, and how did you start with films?
Yeah, I would say entirely. I mean, my shaping me as an actor is entirely my theater credit. That's how I got here. That's how I found my pulse, my passion, and my focus in life. So yeah, I have always been artistic, and I come from a very culturally strong and academically strong family. My grandmother was a playwright. My mother was a theater critic, and I have always, seen the best of the plays. I mean, I've seen all the plays as a child because I used to just tag along with my mother because she had to watch any and every play that came by. And Pune being this extremely culturally rich city, theater is vibrant in Pune. I was lucky to see really, really good things while I was growing up. And at 14, I met Pandit Satyadev Dubey. We all know him. And he kind of gave me not just, the passion for theater, but also he helped me found my focus and my passion and my ground. So that's how it all started. And I started doing intercollegiate theater. It's very strong in Pune. Intercollegiate competitions are very strong. There are many, many experimental groups who do very different kind of theater that is different from each other. So at one point, I was a part of at least 4 theater groups doing absolutely diverse genre of theater, Grips theater being one of them. And that's where it all started. And I realized, okay, this is my space. And films kind of was a natural, extension of what I was already doing, because around that time, most of the theater artists, writers, directors kind of slowly moved to doing cinema. And so as the directors and producers and writers moved, so did that. So it was kind of a logical extension or a journey to what I was doing already. So yeah.
Okay, okay. So at that point of time, you were involved as a child actor in children's theater?
No, I did one show with a play which was a children's theater kind of thing, but I never got the chance to act as a child because we are talking about 30 years back, and there was this very strong concept of who gets to be on stage. Somebody who's fair, somebody who's pretty, somebody has, the conventions of what should be seen on theater on the stage. So yeah, I never did much of theater as a child, but this started around the time when I was in college. So 11th, 12th was the time when I started. I started as an actor because that's what normally everybody starts with. There are very few young people who come and say कि मुझे writer बनना है या मुझे director बनना है. Very few. So generally the journey, at least what I've seen around me, the journey start as actor, and slowly people start finding their own different expressions and move on to being different practitioners.
You
So that's how it started with me also.
And you still get the time to do theater, or are you now full time into acting as a film, into films?
No, I'm not full time into acting at all or films at all. I'm not into full time any one thing. I'm doing really different kinds of things. I'm doing television as a writer. I'm writing short stories. So there's a certain, literary work that I'm doing. I'm doing cinema as and when it comes. Not a lot of cinema, but I'm doing a lot of web shows right now. And theater, though, I think theater is something you need to be able to do, because when you take up something as a profession, there are very few times where you really get to do, at least in the initial years before you are an established actor or an established personality. You still have to find things that you really want to do, and theater is that space. So the kind of energy I get writing for theater and doing theater is something that I use to cope with the difficult things that I have to cope with in the professional space. So theater is, it'll always be there. It's a conscious choice, and I have taken certain professional decisions to be able to do theater that I'm still doing. So yeah, it'll always stay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So which means that your involvement with theater would always continue, and at the same time you're also actively working as a film actor. When you look at both of these mediums, what would you say, which medium you think helps you improve yourself as an actor? Would you say it's the more the films, the on screen, the acting in front of camera, or on stage? Or would you say that both in their capacities help you develop as an actor?
Yeah, both, because it's like comparing apples to oranges. Because what you need as an actor on theater on a stage is, of course, the core is the same. You're an actor or you're not an actor, or you have a certain craft or you don't. But it is so different from doing acting on screen. I'm not even talking about television, because television is again another zone. I'm talking about theater and cinema. You need a completely different craft set. So doing, there are times like in last few years I have done more of screen as an actor than theater. So there are times when I'm little worried whether I will lose my grip over theater, being a theater actor. I get nightmares where I feel कि मेरा scene चल रहा है और मुझे लाइनें ही याद नहीं है, मैं blank हो गई. No matter how much work I am already doing on screen and I am very comfortable on screen, मुझे ये डर हमेशा लगा रहता है. So what I'm trying to say is it's completely different, and I think it's important for an actor who's active in both the media to understand how different it is and develop your individual skill sets and craft के जो tools हैं अलग से while you're doing theater and doing screen. And it's very important to know that, because there are many actors who are brilliant on screen or on stage, but they don't work that way on screen, and then it doesn't work. There are some actors, so it's very, I'm not saying I work both, but I'm definitely aware of what the craft is and how different the craft is. So that's always an effort, और वो रियाज अलग अलग है और वो चलता रहता है.
Could you maybe illustrate a little more on what is the craft of theater? What is the craft which is peculiar to theater for you?
For example, basic difference is the physical distance, because in theater it is, you're on stage, there's a certain distance between the viewer and the actor, and the viewer is seeing the whole of you at every point of time. पूरी body, ऐसे नहीं कि सिर्फ चेहरा दिखेगा. जो अलग है सिनेमा में, because they are close up, there are different magnifications, there are completely different set of technology that is operating on you. तो जिस तरह की एक्टिंग आप, जहाँ पे आपको लग रहा है कि you have to reach out to people, so there's a certain different set of voice that you use, certain of body language that you use. Like for example, there's a scene where I'm grieving over my say dead husband or dead child. I'm just giving a very extreme example. तो अगर मैं स्टेज पे हूँ तो मैं जिस तरह इमोट तो मैं करूंगी, उसी तरीके से करूंगी दोनों जगह, पर जैसे मैं एक्सप्रेस करूंगी मेरी पूरी बॉडी एक्सप्रेस करेगी. शायद मैं गिर जाऊंगी, मतलब पता नहीं, बट आई लेट माय होल बॉडी एक्सप्रेस. बट इफ इट्स अ क्लोज अप, जैसे बाल गंधर्व में है, तो जस्ट बस मेरा चेहरा दिख रहा है, वहां अगर मैं गिर पड़ी या फिर वहां अगर मैंने, इफ आई यूज माय होल बॉडी, इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू वर्क, आई एम गोइंग टू जस्ट गो ऑन आउट ऑफ फ्रेम. तो वहां पे मुझे मैग्निफिकेशन पता होना चाहिए कि इस शॉट का मैग्निफिकेशन क्या है, मैं कितनी दिख रही हूँ. मेरे आंखें दिख रही है तो मुझे सिर्फ आंखों से इमोट करना है. तो it is, so as an actor I have some basic tools of emoting, of speech, of understanding of the text, all of that, or getting into the character as they call it. But how I express in both these media is completely different, and that is something one really needs to master over time. And some of the actors are brilliant, like Nasiruddin Shah is like a master of both the media. I mean, him on screen and him on stage are, it's just amazing. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's
And,
what it is, I think.
and you equally enjoy both the processes?
I do. They're very different. Like for a theater piece, you rehearse for 2 months. मतलब ऐसे around 2 months, 1 month, whatever. Then you get your lines right, and then you're doing it over and over and over again. In cinema, yes, you get the script sometime beforehand, but it is so then and there, and you don't get lost. Yes, you get retakes, but it's 4 retakes करो तो उसके बाद you don't get another chance. ये नहीं होता कि मैं अगला show better करूँगी. So even how you memorize your lines works very different for me in both the media. If
Okay.
I'm doing a scene, I might just forget what I said yesterday. But in theater, मुझे अभी भी याद है 4 साल पहले मैंने कौन सा प्ले किया था, मेरी लाइंस क्या थी. So different parts of brain work, I think.
Mhm.
Sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, instinct is the same, but techniques are different. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to know a little bit about how you, what is your approach towards the different characters you get? I mean, we've seen you portraying such different, playing such different roles, period characters, or you've played women from the rural areas, or a prostitute. These are such different personalities than what we are in our everyday life. How do you prepare yourself for such diverse roles? What are the
Uh,
challenges? How do you overcome?
to tell you very honestly, and I'm going to be very honest, I don't do a lot of homework. I haven't done until now. बहुत ज़्यादा काम 2 महीने कैरेक्टर स्टडी करी हूँ, ये मैं नहीं करती हूँ, या फिर मेरे से होता नहीं है. पर the best thing or the first thing that I try to do is I try to understand what that character is. I have studied, I have done my graduation in psychology. So I try to find out कि अगर ये character ये कर रहा है, तो वो क्यों कर रहा है. And that's the same process when you write. कि why, when, how, where, who, जो 5 character diamond as they call it. So I try to find the backstories. I try to find इस कैरेक्टर का अपब्रिंगिंग क्या होगा, उसके पेरेंट्स कैसे होंगे. तो ये जो आज बनी है, इस तरह से रिएक्ट करती है, जो शायद मेरे से बहुत अलग है, तो वो ऐसे क्यों है. So I try to find the psychological setup of that character. And many a times it comes as you start reading, because it's like meeting a person. Like if I meet you, Dipti, and we spend a good time together and we really get talking and we become friends, somewhere my mind starts working. If Dipti is reacting in this way to a certain thing, why would she be doing that, good or bad? Then I'll try to imagine oh, okay, then I get some cues from things you say. I get some cues about your parents, your upbringing, your education, your mental setup, and then I try to complete you as a person in my head, and then I decide how I'm going to. I mean, it doesn't happen, it's not surgically nahi hota hai, but that's how all of us operate in our head. So that's how pretty much happens with the character that comes across. There is always a conflict. For example, Saraswati Phalke, which is Dadasaheb Phalke's wife, she is a character who does everything he asks for. If he says cook for 30 people, she'll cook for 30 people. If he says you take this film and perforate, जो film perforate करती थी वो खुद edit करती थी, वो सब कुछ वो खुद करती थी, expose वो करती थी. तो वो अगर बोलेंगे ये करो तो वो करती थी. And she never said no, I won't do it. So there was a point where I felt कि तो इसकी कोई individuality है ही नहीं, because that's how I am. I will not do something I don't want to do. And I will not do it something because my husband asks me to do, for example, or my father ever asks me. So, but then if I start thinking about Saraswati Phalke the way I think, I'm not going to find her ever. Then I think about when was she born, where was she born, उसकी upbringing क्या होगी, अगर उसकी शादी हुई इस आदमी से, तो मुझे ये समझ में आया in some way. So I used to have a lot of debate with Paresh, our director, कि वो कैसे बोलती है सब, किसी कोई भी शी विल नेवर से कि मैं नहीं करूंगी ये, क्योंकि मैं क्यों करूं, मुझे नहीं करना है, मैं प्रेग्नेंट हूं, आप नहीं जा सकते हैं लंदन 6 महीने के लिए. पर वो नहीं बोलती है. बट देन as I started getting into her mind space, कि this woman really loves her husband and has so much faith in him कि वो करेगी जो वो कहता है. तो मैं ये ढूंढने की कोशिश करूंगी कि मेरी लाइफ में मे बी नॉट टू दिस एक्सटेंट, कोई तो होगा, कोई चीज, कोई आदमी, कोई औरत, कोई किताब, कुछ तो होगा कि अगर वो बात मुझसे करेगा तो मैं वो करूंगी. I'll try to, it may not be my husband, it may be somebody else or something else. So I try to draw those parallels with me. I try to find those cues in my life, in my upbringing, in my mental setup. And then I relate to that. And then I try to become her because I always feel कि acting is a lot of reacting. जब आपके पास लाइनें होती हैं तो you already have lines. When you don't have lines and when you're reacting to something and something somebody is doing, that is when you as an actor is tested. So that's what I tried to find. So once I find the psychological thing, many times I tried to find the body language. कि वो बैठेगी कैसे, चलेगी कैसे, costume क्या होगा, because costume makes a lot of different. अगर मैं साड़ी जैसे in Harishnaji factory I had that 9-yard sari. So they always have a habit of putting that pallu on their shoulder. तो घर में है तो वो नीचे रहता है, पर कोई अगर आया बाहर से, she's stepping out, she'll always do that, which now today we give a shit. Sorry, we don't care what we are doing, but then you learn that mannerism. Then there's a couple of body language. कैसे खड़ी होती होगी? It will be different from how I do now. How will I walk in? So I try to get those cues from the costumes and from the body, and then these together I put, and then I try to play the character the way. And then it's pretty much the instinct. Once you get to think about how this woman is, there is, जैसे अभी I played a cop, a jailer. So that's so opposite in a web show called Criminal Justice. तो वो अभी आया नहीं है, पर आएगा. तो वो तो इतना अलग था मेरे से. So my director had to tell me sometimes कि you need to look rough, you need to look like a bitch. And मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि ये क्यों यार, मैं ऐसे क्यों करूँ? But that's the conflict, because you may get, and most of the times you get characters which are very different than you, and that's the fun of it. So yeah.
Okay, so on the one hand, you are playing such complex characters, and on the other hand, you are writing for children, and also very regularly writing for children, with your plays on Grips Theatre for the Grips Theatre, but also other style of plays. And you also wrote the Sara series. This was like a diary of a young girl, Sara, and you're showing her life through her eyes, as if she was writing a diary. So how do you balance between these two worlds? Do you think they are connected, or are they completely detached? Do you become a new person when you're writing for children? Are you a different person when you're acting?
I think it's all connected. It always is, because no matter what you're doing, you are one person. And it's just interesting that there's so many parts of you reacting to different situations in different ways. I have always been very passionate. I love kids. Even, as a child, I loved kids. And I started watching Grip Theatre since I was 8 years old. So I've kind of grown up with really, really good quality children's entertainment. Also, I have seen trash when I was a child, but in a very young age, I knew कि अच्छी entertainment बच्चों के लिए क्या है. So that has always attracted me, and it was like a natural flow for me to start writing for Grips and start doing Grips plays, because I've always felt connected to that. And I feel it's a chance to relive your childhood, which you don't get. But as young kids, we are all very fluid, because our personalities are, of course, peculiarities होती है. कोई बच्चा बहुत angry kid, short tempered kid, mellow kid, timid kid, but उनका जो basic mental setup है वो कई बार similar होता है. They want love, they want care, they need to be protected, they love you unconditionally. तो ये सारी चीजें ना बहुत similar होती है बच्चों में, और वो हम सब ने जिया है. So when you write for kids, or when you create entertainment for kids, it's another chance to live your childhood, go back to those times when you were a kid. And I think itna rejuvenating, itna entertaining, or itna organic for a writer or for a creator और कुछ नहीं हो सकता. To just shed off all your ideas of adulthood and all the corruption that has happened with your mind, that is called growing up and being a civilized adult. वो सब छोड़ के फिर से वो बच्चा बन जाना is a great chance, which I take and which I really enjoy.
And how
so it doesn't complicate with all the complexities that I'm otherwise playing.
Okay.
Never.
And but how do you really write for children? I mean, do you spend a lot of time with children, or do you talk a lot to children? How do you get these ideas and the
I
perspective?
have a child. Yeah, because I love kids. तो अगर मेरी बेटी अब 15 साल की है तो शी इज आउटग्रोन दैट किड फेज बट इफ जब जहाँ पे मैं रहती हूँ अगर मैं नीचे जाऊँ और देयर किड्स प्लेइंग अराउंड आई स्पेंड लॉट मोर टाइम विद द किड्स देन द एडल्ट एंड एंड आई थिंक वो बहुत आई एम नॉट सेइंग आसान है बट somehow I feel that I can be a child very easily inside me. And once you can be a child, it comes very organically. So writing for children is very difficult. I know that. But I think that is something that comes to me very naturally. I won't say easily, but naturally. Because I can see the way they think. And I find it so beautiful. And the problem, many times the problem as an adult when you write for kids is you're trying to put in your ideas on them. कि बच्चे अच्छे होने चाहिए. They should be all disciplined. तो जो बच्चों के लिए बड़े नाटक लिखते हैं वो कई बार ऐसा था कि सारे मतलब बच्चों you know झूठ मत बोलना चोरी मत करना. So while you want to give them those values, you don't say that. You say something else. You say something that a kid can say, हाँ मुझे भी ऐसे ही लगता है. And then you drive them through this whole journey and make them come to this realization कि नहीं झूठ बोलना गलत बात है. So, again, there are many techniques, but I think it's about understanding a child from within.
Okay.
Which I do, I feel.
Okay. And what do you think about the differences between children's theater and theater for the adults? Do you think that in their craft, there is a big difference between the two kind of theaters?
Yeah. Of course, there's a difference. Somebody asked, I think Stanislavski, how do you do theater for children? How should one do theater for children? The same question. So the answer was exactly like you do it for the adults, only better.
Okay.
And the simple reason is you're catching them really young, and their minds are so fresh and so uncorrupt and so sensitive to any influences that what you give them, they believe. So if I'm doing a play, if I'm saying something, if the child is believing in me, he is going to believe anything I say. Our play Jamba Bam Babu, which is about religion and children. So if a 5-year-old child, if he asks me a question and if I tell him, of course, I need to be somebody the child believes in. So I need to have that faith. But the child is going to believe anything I say with utmost genuinity, sincerity, and love. So what I tell the child and how I tell the child becomes a huge responsibility. Adults, no matter how good viewers they are or how much they like a play, they are going to watch the play with at least 1,000 preconceived notions. This is a good writer, or this director is shitty, this actor, ये तो कमाल है, और ये थिएटर ग्रुप का कोई प्ले बुरा हो ही नहीं सकता, या फिर ये यहाँ पे देखना पृथ्वी थिएटर में है तो अच्छा ही होगा, for example. So an adult watches a play with so many preconceived notions, good and bad. But a child watches a play with a complete clean slate. Either he likes it or he doesn't. And when he likes it, he's going to believe it. So the craft is to make something that a child can relate to, that is fun, that can entertain a child. And entertain doesn't mean कि सिर्फ मस्ती है, कि गा रहे नाच रहे, that too. But it's something the child can relate to, can feel one with. And what you say to the child, how you say to the child, what values you are imparting without preaching. वहाँ पे अगर हम खड़े रहे और preach करने लगे तो बच्चे निकल जाते हैं, they don't care. So all these things about what you say, the content and the craft is so much more challenging, I feel, when you do it for kids. And it's a huge, huge responsibility. I'm sure many of you know that Japan mein, the primary teachers are paid the most. So they are paid more than the university professors because their job is so much more critical and more difficult because a teacher in a primary school or a kindergarten is a mother's replacement for those 3-4 hours. So that's why this whole thing is difficult, more of a responsibility, yet way more gratifying than any other form, according to me.
Okay, great. I think now I would like to invite questions from our audience. Does anyone have a question?
हाय, दिस इज मृत्युंजय। बच्चों के थिएटर की बात कर रहे थे। मैं आपके मेमोरी लेन में जाके ये समझने की कोशिश करना चाहता हूँ, और द लार्जर पार्ट ऑफ ऑडियंस जो है हमारा, जो उत्तर भारत का है या दूसरी जगहों का है, जिसने पुणे का थिएटर नहीं देखा अपनी आंखों से, लेकिन पुणे के प्लेज कभी कभी देखे हैं अपने इलाकों में। लेकिन मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ, आप अपने बचपन के दिनों में जब नाटक देखने जाते थे पुणे में, आसपास जो बड़े प्लेज होते थे, तब किस तरह का माहौल था?
तो बहुत डिस्टिंक्ट दो तरीके के प्लेस बनते थे। एक तो जो ग्रिप थिएटर के बारे में हम बात कर रहे थे, तो ये ग्रिप शायद सबको पता नहीं होगा, तो मैं दो लाइनों में बता देती हूँ। तो ये ग्रिप थिएटर जो है वो इट्स अ जर्मन थिएटर मूवमेंट विच स्टार्टेड इन बर्लिन इन द 80s। तो ये लोगों ने ये कोशिश की थी कि बच्चों का थिएटर जो हमेशा फैंटेसी, परियां, राक्षस, भूत, इसी में लिमिटेड होता है, उसको ब्रेक थ्रू करके ज्यादा रियलिस्टिक बनाने की कोशिश इन लोगों ने की, जिसमें बच्चों के जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं रोज की उनकी जिंदगी में, स्कूल में, कॉलेज, स्कूल में, घर पे, whatever issues the children are facing, they try to handle those issues in their plays. तो ये बहुत रियलिस्टिक, उस तरीके के रियलिस्टिक नाटक थे जो बहुत ही अलग थे फ्रॉम व्हाट द काइंड ऑफ चिल्ड्रंस थिएटर दैट आई हैड सीन। So I got exposed to Grip Theatre when I was 7 years old, and then I got hooked. तो मैं वो प्लेस देखते देखते बड़ी हुई। पर ये बहुत पूरी स्पेसिफिक सिचुएशन थी, because the theatre group who started doing Grip Theatre was Theatre Academy, and they were primarily in Pune. But उसी जगह जो अलग जो कन्वेंशनल बाल रंगभूमि वहाँ पे थी, अभी भी है, पर तब तो काफी थी, उसमें there's always a confusion with children for theatre and children with theatre. तो बच्चों, जिस प्ले में बच्चे हैं उसको चिल्ड्रन थिएटर बोला जाता था, कि बच्चों को लेके कोई एक कोई फैंटेसिकल आइडिया निकालो। और जो मशरूम होते थे समर वेकेशन में, तो 2 महीने की छुट्टी है अप्रैल में, तो बच्चों का वर्कशॉप हुआ करता था, बच्चों को कास्ट करके वो छोटे मोटे प्लेज हुआ करते थे। एंड दोस प्लेज वर, आई एम नॉट सेइंग दे वर बैड, बट थिएटर इज सो मच मोर, एंड so much more can be given to children through theatre. तो वो ख्याल उसमें, apart from entertainment और apart from keeping kids busy for 2 hours, उसके आगे वो thought नहीं जाता था। And at one point they never really excited me when I was growing up as a child. और यहाँ पे मुझे ग्रिप्स मिल रहा था जो बहुत ही अलग था, जिसमें मेरी पर्सनालिटी, मेरी लाइफ काफी तरह से शेप की है। So that was the scene in Pune, but बाकी हर जगह बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग चिल्ड्रन थिएटर है नहीं, अनफॉर्चुनेटली। और मुझे ये एक्सपीरियंस है कि जो चिल्ड्रन थिएटर करते हैं वो ज्यादा कनेक्शन में नहीं रहते एक दूसरे के, तो वो नेटवर्किंग का भी थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम है, क्योंकि थोड़ा सा ना द अप्रोच टुवर्ड्स चिल्ड्रन थिएटर, एटलीस्ट व्हेन आई, नाउ इट्स डिफरेंट, बट व्हेन आई वाज ग्रोइंग अप, वो था ऐसे कि कुछ बच्चों को बिजी रखो, थोड़ा सा एंटरटेन करो, कुछ दिखाओ, थोड़े गाना सिखाओ, थोड़ा ये करो वो करो। It was not a very serious approach. Of course, there were few people who were doing it seriously, but overall approach towards theatre for children, ये बहुत serious और responsible नहीं है आज भी। तब भी तो बिल्कुल नहीं था, आज it's changing. So yeah, that.
आपने जो है अपने बातचीत के शुरुआत में सत्यदेव दुबे जी का नाम लिया था, कि आपने एक वर्कशॉप किया और उस वर्कशॉप में दुबे जी ने आपको ट्रेन किया था। क्या दुबे जी के साथ बाद में कभी काम करने का मौका आपको मिला?
नहीं, उन्होंने जो वर्कशॉप प्रोडक्शन किया था उसमें मैं थी, पर उसके बाद नहीं मिला, क्योंकि वो ज्यादातर मुंबई में एक्टिव थे, और मैं उस समय मुंबई में उतनी एक्टिव नहीं थी, क्योंकि मेरी बेटी थी छोटी, एंड आई वाज पुणे बेस्ड मोस्टली। अभी मैं पुणे बेस्ड हूँ, पर अभी मैं मुंबई में ज्यादा रहती हूँ। पर दुबे जी के साथ वैसे कोई और प्ले करने का अनफॉर्चुनेटली मौका मुझे मिला नहीं।
एक हल्का सा एक और ये है जिज्ञासा है मेरी, कि पुणे का जो थिएटर सीन है, जो इतना वाइब्रेंट थिएटर सीन है, उसकी वजह क्या है? ये अगर हम समझने की कोशिश करें तो आपकी नजर में क्या समझ में आता है?
मुझे लगता है वैसे लिटरेचर का भी बहुत काफी बेस हुआ है। तो पुणे को कहते हैं कि इट्स अ कैपिटल ऑफ एजुकेशन। तो एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन बहुत सारी हैं, अभी तो बहुत सारी है, पर पहले से भी, जैसे भंडारकर इंस्टीट्यूट, रानडे इंस्टीट्यूट, फर्ग्यूसन कॉलेज का, बहुत एजुकेशनल और लिटरेरी एटमॉस्फेयर है पुणे का। तो थिएटर उसी का एक मतलब इट गोज हैंड इन हैंड विद दैट, आई थिंक। ऑल्सो वेरी देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ यंग पॉपुलेशन, क्योंकि स्टूडेंट्स पुणे में बहुत ज्यादा हैं, और एक्सपेरिमेंटल लोग काफी थे पुणे में पहले से। तो तभी से ये परंपरा उस तरीके की है, राइटर्स हैं, डायरेक्टर्स हैं। तो आई थिंक इट्स अ लॉट टू डू विद द कल्चरल एंड एजुकेशन बैकग्राउंड दैट पुणे है, एंड लिटरेरी बैकग्राउंड दैट पुणे है। और लाइफ इज इजी ना, पुणे की लाइफ बहुत आसान है। इन कंपेयर इट्स सेफ, इट्स अ सेफ सिटी। तो मतलब उससे काफी फर्क पड़ता है ना, कि 12, 12:30, 1 बजे एक लड़की रिहर्सल करके घर वापस आ सकती है अकेली। इट्स फाइन, पेरेंट्स आर फाइन। प्लस इट्स अ स्मॉलर, अभी तो बहुत बढ़ गई, बट इट्स अ स्मॉल सिटी। तो एक जगह से दूसरी जगह आप यहाँ रिहर्सल करके वहां जा सकते हो ना। ऑल दीज इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चरल थिंग्स मेक अ सर्टेन सिटी थिएटर फ्रेंडली। जैसे मैं ऑफिस के बाद घर जाऊंगी और मैं फिर चेंज करके प्ले देखने जाऊंगी, ये पुणे में हो सकता है। अगर आप मुंबई में हैं और आप रहती हैं बैंड्रा में और आपका ऑफिस है गोरेगांव में, तो आप घर आके फिर पृथ्वी थिएटर नहीं जा सकते प्ले देखने, यू नो। So that way Pune is a very easy city to live. I think that's why one of the reasons.
एक लास्ट जिज्ञासा और है कि आपने अपनी ग्रैंड मदर का नाम लिया, वो प्ले राइट थी अपने जमाने में। मैं उनका नाम जानना चाहता हूँ और प्ले के नाम जो उन्होंने लिखे हैं।
मुक्ताबाई दीक्षित उनका नाम था, और उन्होंने एक प्ले काफी सारे लिखे। एक प्ले जुगार नाम का एक प्ले था, मतलब जुआ, और मैरिज के इज अ गैम्बल वाज द थीम। और वो उन्होंने अभी शी वाज मतलब 1950, तो टाइम देयर वाज दिस वुमन हु वाज सेइंग दैट मैरिज इज अ गैम्बल। वो काफी यू नो शी वाज अ लॉट इनटू द फ्यूचर, एंड इट्स एन इंटरेस्टिंग प्ले। मैंने पढ़ा है, ऑफ कोर्स इट्स अ वेरी ओल्ड प्ले, तो वो क्राफ्ट और वो नैरेटिव बहुत अलग है। पर ये शी वाज समबडी हु केम एंड यू नो, जब थिएटर में इट वाज नॉट सच एन इजी थिंग टू यू नो गो एंड एक्ट आल्सो, बट या शी वाज वन वुमन अहेड ऑफ हर टाइम।
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
My question is also related to children's theater, because you spoke so much about children's theater, and I really got intrigued by some of these things. I wanted to ask that how do you bring complex themes in children's theater? How do you write about it? How do you encourage children to act in it? And so that the impact on the children as audience is not that strong, but still they get to understand how complex life is. It just not, it is not just a fairy tale, or like you said, but still they get to learn more about through children's theater. And my second question is that how do you promote children's theater? Because I, as a child, I have never seen children's theater. And so how do you promote, like maybe you're working in collaboration with other schools in Pune, and but other than school timings, how do you encourage children to go to, or their parents, because only when parents will be encouraged to do so, they will take their children to theater. So to promote this space.
Correct. Okay, cool. So the first question, in kids theater, there's one thing that children don't act. So this is not theater with children, but theater for children. So the actors are all adults. So even the जो बच्चों के काम है वो भी बड़े लोग करते हैं. That's the structure and that's the methodology. So that is one thing. To tell you the truth, children don't feel कि life is fairy tale. Children know that life is complex. And children understand the complexity of life, the way they live. You know, of course, अभी ये चल रहा है, जैसे ISIS का issue था. Every child may not understand कि ISIS क्या है, क्या issue है, but they understand the vibe, they understand the color, you know what the issues are. It is just that we tell them कि तू बच्चा है, तुझे समझ में नहीं आएगा, तो तू मत सोच. We discourage them from thinking about things because we think that we have to protect them. But the key is not to keep them away and not to create this feeling that everything is fine. We have to tell them that this is the reality and this is how we can deal with it. Of course, in a way that they will understand. that they can cope, that they can see. For example, in GRIPS, Dipti will know, we have handled issues like communal riots after Babri Masjid. Right now, we did a play which Dipti was a part of. It was about children and religion. Then we did plays about environment. We have done this play about child sexual abuse. So what we need to understand that children are a part of this society and they feel everything that we feel. They feel the unrest, they feel the threat that Corona is bringing right now. It is just that how push them away from reality and tell them it's a fairy tale. No. So our idea is to tell them the truth, give them the reality in the way that they will understand, that they can cope. We don't want to traumatize them saying कि अभी मर जाएंगे सब, of course not. But how to equip a child, because the child is going to grow up and deal with things. So the idea is to tell them the truth, tell them the reality in a way that they will understand and they can enjoy. Enjoy matlab that they can get entertained with, and then try to give them a solution of how they can fight the situation. So that's how we approach the plays. That's how we tell the stories. That's how we help them cope what the reality is. And the way they receive those plays are phenomenal. You will not believe how great they are at audience. So how कि इनको समझ नहीं आएगा, उनको सब समझ नहीं आएगा. Question is how we promote the plays. Unfortunately, we are very weak in that space because ours is not a big theatre organization. It's not a state funded. Most theatre is that way state funded. So we don't have a big system जहाँ पे हम जगह जगह ये plays लेके जा सके, उसके काफी सारे shows कर सके. तो we are trying to fight this situation. हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि हम repertory बनाएं, semi repertory हमारे plays की, और जितनी जगह, क्योंकि audience है, उनको plays चाहिए. It's just that we are not being able to take those plays to them because we lack that kind of a system. तो हम कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि ये सिस्टम अभी इस समर वेकेशन में हमने प्लान बनाया था, बट अभी प्लान फिलहाल पॉज हो चुके हैं. तो वी आर नॉट स्टिल एबल टू प्रमोट आवर प्लेज यस, एंड दैट्स व्हाट वी आर ट्राइंग टू वर्क ऑन, एंड वेरी सून वी विल डू दैट. या.
Okay. Vibhavati, before I go to the next question, just tell me how much more time can you give us? 5 minutes, 10 minutes?
I have the time. I have time. You might need to start the meeting again, or we have
time? No, we have time. We have time. So we've got
Zoom meeting.
No, the meeting will continue uninterrupted. Okay, because we have a lot of questions. Okay, so Pooja,
yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi Vibha. You said initially that you were not, you never got the chance to be on stage because of your skin color, and but you knew that you had it in you and you pursued it anyhow. So, what message do you have for the school kids who want to do what they want to do, but because of the school's environment, their confidence is marred or let down? So, what message do you want to give to these kids?
I think we need to give a message to the parents and the teachers, not to the kids, because it is the parents and teachers who may or may not give the space to the kids to pursue. Abhi bhi hamare education system mein, for example, science and maths are such a big focus. जो बच्चा साइंस में और मैथ्स में मार्क्स लाता है वो बच्चा होशियार है. Humanities, languages, these things don't have as much of an importance and balance as mathematics and science is. So we need, as adults, we need to think, are we giving our child that space, that freedom, or that power to just be yourself and understand कि I can do this, I cannot do that. If I can't do that, I need to do that and I will pursue it, I'll follow it. और ये मैं अगर करता हूँ तो मैं करती हूँ तो मैं ये अच्छे से कैसे करूँ. तो ये सब बच्चों को देने के लिए we have to, I want the parents to understand the kids better, the teachers to understand, have a more child-centric approach than trying to fit the child in the system. Because the system demands this, you fit it, you fit yourself in. So for example, I did not get a role because my parents, my teachers had to be told, not me, because I knew I can do it. That's the difference. So if at all there is a message to be given, it's to the adults, to the teachers and the parents, that let your child be, understand कि उसमें क्या है. हर, I know it's like a, you know, book, it's like a big statement कि every child is special, and sooner, you know, and you need to know that, and you need to give that breather to the child कि you be what you are. नहीं मार्क्स मिले साइंस में, नहीं मिले मार्क्स में, इट्स ओके. तुमको जो करना है उसके लिए तुम्हें ये करना चाहिए, तो वर्क ऑन यू आर एंड लेट देम ग्रो, लेट देम फाइंड आउट व्हाट दे आर. तो 4-5 साल के बच्चे को बोलते तू आगे जाके इंजीनियर बनेगा, उसको पता भी नहीं है क्या इंजीनियरिंग है, क्या मेडिकल है. That's so, if at all there's a message, it's not for the kids. They are fine. That's not.
Okay. Any more questions? Okay, Ankita. Yeah.
Hi. So I have a question related to the linguistic area, language, more in terms of language. So Pune, as you told that, you know, now it has become more vibrant in terms of audiences. So so how do you plan out your plays? Are this just in Marathi, and or you know, you try to keep it multilingual, like keeping it in Hindi, English, Marathi, or as per the, so how do you cope up with the audience's demands? Because I'm sure like now the like the people and the audience in Pune itself has changed. Like I'm sure they're not just limited to Marathi, or there might be different people with different linguistic backgrounds. So how do you?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question. Yes, it's true that the population of Pune is a lot more multilingual now than what it was when I was growing up. Incidentally or unfortunately, there are pockets. Marathi theatre is one thing, तो उसका audience भी मराठी होता है. And then there's English and Hindi, which is not as strong as Marathi is in Pune, which happens in a completely different geographical area. And unfortunately, there is not a lot of mixing up in those two theatre groups. तो जो देयर आर वन ऐसे 1-2 प्लेज होते हैं जो हिंदी में है या फिर मराठी इंग्लिश में है, बट पुणे का थिएटर सीन इज प्रिडोमिनेंटली मराठी एज ऑफ नाउ. I write in Marathi because that comes to me most naturally. But if somebody asks me हिंदी में लिखो तो मैं लिखूंगी. मैंने नेशनल स्कूल ऑफ ड्रामा के रेपर्टरी के लिए हिंदी प्ले लिखा था which really worked well. But that's not something that comes very naturally to me because my language is. Now we are trying to translate our plays in English and Hindi, and जो रेपर्टरी की हम बात कर रहे थे अभी, which we are trying to start. Once we have it in Hindi, we'll have a pan-Indian audience. But we are not equipped as of now to do it in different languages. But we definitely want to break that language barrier, and because Marathi people can speak Hindi, they can speak English. तो वो हम कर सकते हैं और हम करेंगे जरूर. तो इट्स यू आर वेरी राइट दैट अभी तो there's no point in limiting your audience to Marathi speaking people because the population is now multilingual. So that is a plan and that effort is on right now.
Okay, I have one question at this point. Vibhavari, what do you think about the future of theatre? We need to work a lot still to get the audience, but you know, but do you think that the digital platform could offer some solutions in that respect?
Absolutely yes, because now we don't know when people are going to, you know, feel enough to go to theaters and watch. फिल्म देखने शायद जाएंगे, but play देखने कब आएंगे, कैसे आएंगे लोग, right now it's a big challenge like all of us have. So yes, a digital platform is a very important and interesting medium where you can put up. So we are thinking we'll come up with one such program where, you know, might start with a competition, which is a web one-act play competition, where we appeal to theatre groups and we tell them. But उसके लिए भी theatre groups को एक साथ आके rehearse करके shoot करना, उसके लिए भी अभी time है. But I can see that like आसक्त जो है पुणे की हमारी बहुत अच्छा theatre group है. They have put up all their plays on their YouTube channel and they're being viewed because of course they are they're not shot like a proper 3-cam setup. Chalu show unhone shoot kiya, but it's still an experience. And many theaters like National Theatre London has started putting up their plays. I saw Frankenstein 2 days back on their YouTube channel, and it was phenomenal. And it is beautifully shot, and something that I might not have. When will I get to go to London and watch Frankenstein with Benedict Cumberbatch? But I saw that on the YouTube channel, and I think that's a brilliant idea. And slowly we'll have to find, more possibilities on the digital medium to be able to put across our art. As it's not the same experience, of course, of going into the theater and watching it, but it's a lot better than not watching plays at all. Yeah, we are looking at that, definitely.
Okay. We have questions from Akanksha. Akanksha, please go ahead.
Hi. My question is that, it's related to Ankita's question when it comes to language in theater. Do you think that focusing or performing, actually not even focusing, but performing in a certain language limits our audience in one way or the other? And not just our own audience, but we as audiences are also limited to certain plays. Let's say, I know only Hindi and Punjabi, so I can only see these kind of plays. If I want to see a Marathi play, then probably I would need somebody to come with me or, help me out with the language. In contradiction to films where we have subtitles. So I'm more confident with films, watching Marathi films, because we have subtitles over there, so that assists us. How do you think language affects plays for the audiences?
So there are plays which are very verbose. Incidentally, Marathi plays have been a lot more verbose, less visual, more words. So it's a challenge to watch a Marathi because if you don't know Marathi, because you won't understand that at all. But of course, there is another kind of theater which is more visual, which is more on bodies. Like Ratan Kiyam's plays, you won't know Manipuri, but you can beautifully enjoy his plays. So depends on what kind of play that plays. And so, yeah, of course. So if you go to a verbose play, you're going to lose out on the experience. But we have also come up with plays where we have subtitles while the show is going on. So about 10 years back, we did this play with Theatre Berlin. We had the German show screen right above. We used to project the subtitles, so people would watch and read. In fact, we did this very interesting experiment with Dipti when we performed our Marathi play last year in Grip, where we had those scenes, or har kisi scene ke, and what people are saying to each other, and we made her a part of the play, one of the like character in the play, and she used to speak in German and tell the kids, because kids it's very difficult to read and watch, So she used to say what happened, and then the kids would see the scene. So we are finding ways where we can reach out better. Maybe English is more familiar. Hindi, though everybody understands Hindi all across India. So that we are trying to find those ways in which the play will be viewed more and by more audiences, and more people can get that experience. But essentially, it won't be the same, of course. Like how you will feel watching a Punjabi play and how I feel will be different. I directed a play in Bangalore, which was in Kannada. And I don't know Kannada at all. But I could find those theatrical devices and theatrical solutions where the play worked. So, yeah.
But it's good to know that we're actually pushing the boundaries of language across theater, and we'll be introduced to more of culture. Thank you so much.
Okay. Any more pressing questions, or I have one last question for Vibhavari? I'll go ahead with mine. Vibhavari, what according to you makes Marathi theatre and cinema so different, and as compared to theatre all over in India as well as cinema, Marathi theatre has got, gets a lot of appraisal. What do you think is that distinct feature of Marathi cinema and theatre today?
No, I think it's just different. yes, it's little Bengali and Marathi theater is stronger, but there's also, because the languages are so different all across the country, there is so much theater going on in the South India, in Madhya Pradesh, in Delhi. We just don't know it. And it is essentially different from each other. That the topic, the theatrical expressions, the forms, it's all going to be so different. But I think it's also the comfort that Maharashtra has pretty much seen over the last many years, political and social situation, I think. But at the same time, I have seen, I can't say this a lot about theater, but I can say this about poetry. That I used to do a show where we used to recite poems from all over India, of all the languages across India, translated in Marathi. And you can see the difference in the expression. A Manipuri poem is so different. It's so stark and harsh and beautiful, because where it comes from is so different from where I come from. So I don't think कि मराठी में ही बहुत vibrant theater है, ऐसे नहीं है. It is just that Marathi cinema and Bengali cinema, because they have literature. Bengal had Tagore, we had Kusumagraj. So very strong literary background has kind of given that theater and cinema. But there's so much happening across the country, and it's so different than each other. Unfortunately, there's a very less exposure because the language constraint is very, very strong. So
Okay.
I wouldn't want to say कि हम मराठी लोग ही बहुत अच्छा theater करते हैं. I don't think that's the case.
Right. Okay, Vibhavari, thank you so much for your time and for such,
Thank you.
For such an enriching conversation for all of us. We look forward to seeing you both on stage and on screen. And we wish you a lot of success for all your future projects. Thank you very much, Vibhavari, once again.
Thank you, all of you. And it was really
Thank you,
fun to
Vibhavari.
be here and talk to all of you.
Okay, great.
Keep connected.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for coming.
Bye-bye. Thank you. It's my pleasure. Okay. Thank you.
I would just like to say to conclude that this was the beginning, and we wish to come to you with other artists also who have shaped our world of cinema and theater. And please follow us on Facebook, on our Facebook page Seher, SEHAR, as well as on Instagram. It's called Society Seher. And thank you once again. A big thank you to Vibhavari for this session. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Take care. Stay safe.
Bye. Thanks, you too.
Bye.